Greg Hennis alongside Steve Silverio. Oh, yeah, he's back. He's out of retirement. And, Steve, how do we open this up?
Just like we have for many, many years, Philadelphia, just do the deal.
We are back at the Auto Outlet of PA. Yes, you heard me correct, Steve. You're back out of retirement. You've kind of taken a step back, but you gave me a call the other day on the phone and said, Greg, I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to help the folks. They need us. They need the opportunity. They need the ability, and they need you, Steve, here at the Auto Outlet of PA. We've got some big-time things. Cook it up.
Well, give you a little background to the audience out there and all you folks. You deserve an explanation. I've been out of it now for 12, 15, 16 months, call it what you want. And I've been watching all these ads, and I've been watching all these car dealers, and all I've been seeing is interest rates are going up. We need more money down. Cars are more expensive. I can't pay off your car. I'm saying nothing has changed from when I left a year and a half ago till now. And I'm here to tell you, I've got my lot here. I'm at the Auto Outlet of PA that I've been at for many, many years. And I'm telling you now that all this garble that you've been hearing out there is bunk. I'm going to tell you now, I can get your rate. I can get you down to 2.9%.
Hey!
I don't care about the 12 and the 15 and the 18s they've been telling you. It's all the way to make more money. I'm coming back and we're going to realign this thing back up to get you folks to do the deal. Now, with that being said, there's probably thousands and thousands of cars every month sold in the Philadelphia market. I don't know how many. I don't pay attention. I only pay attention to what I sell. But I can tell you this, that you've been told, and you know it, that you've been told everywhere you go, rates are high now. They're not like they used to be. And I can't give you as much for your car as we used to. And banks ain't buying as deep as they used to. This blah, 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 blah. I can tell you this, 2.9. I can't sell you a car until I pay off yours. The bank's normally not going to let you have 2 car payments. Okay?
Get out of that trade.
All right. So I'm going to get you out of your trade. That's my job. I got to get you in a new car because the bank's going to be concerned on what your payment is. Now, the dealers will tell you that your average payment today is $750. But I got yours down to $650. That's still $300 more than you want to pay.
Whoa.
You want to be at $350. Maybe $400. But you don't want to be at $750 and $650. So you're paying a lot of money for cars that you don't need to be paying. And when do you make your payment, folks?
Right away.
Right away. Within 30 to 45 days, that payment comes, and it's quick. All of a sudden, you say, "I just left the dealership. I got a payment in my mailbox already."
Next day, it's in the payment coupons there.
They're already calling you, asking you for your payment. Make sure it's due. I'm here to tell you, watch this. 2.9. I got to pay off your trade, or I can't trade you out.
Get out of that trade.
I got to get you out of the trade no matter what.
Even if you're buried. Even if you're
buried, I don't care if your car's not running. There's nothing I can do if I want to sell you another car.
Fair point.
That's simple. 2.9. I got to pay off your car no matter what. How about this though? This is what I don't have to do. How about if I tell you, you just got back to school, drained your pocketbook. Everything's going up. We know inflation and all this other stuff. Things are expensive at the pump. Things are expensive at stores. Everything's expensive. There's no liquid cash anywhere. It ain't only Philadelphia, it's across the whole country. Because in the last year and a half, I've been doing a little traveling and looking at different situations. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. How about if I told you, not only am I going to get you out of your car, I'm going to get rid of that payment. I'm going to put you in another car for the same payment or probably a lot less, depending on what you pick out. Chances are it's going to be less. Pay off your car, and then how about if I told you this? Just came out of a bad situation for going back to school. We had to buy the kids all their pencils and crayons and whatever. I haven't had kids in a long time, so I forgot what it was like. You got holidays coming up. First one that I know is a big one. It's not Halloween. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then after Thanksgiving, you get hit with Christmas. How about if I told you your next payment is not going to be due with me until 2024?
What did you just say?
Your payment is not going to be due until 2024.
So wait a minute. You just talked about getting out of that trade. No matter what, you're paying it off.
Yes.
Rates as low as 2.99.
Here's what I need. David, I need you to bring that camera in close to me. Your payment is not going to be due until 2024. And guess what? If you don't make a payment, and I paid off your car that was way too much money, what do you have? You have no payments if you don't make that first payment, because what happens? You haven't made a payment. I get the car back. What advantage would I have to sell you a car that's not performing, which a lot of times you'll have? You'll drive a car out and 30 days later, car won't be running right. You'll go back to the dealer. What's he tell you? Sorry, it's on you. There's no warranty. All right? I've got till 2024 to make sure that car stays running and to make sure that you make your first payment, because I don't get a dime out of all this. I get nothing other than a car sale. So what I'm trying to tell you folks, you've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. I've got 234 cars behind me.
Hey!
You can come down, go to my website, autooutletofpa.com or justdothedeal.com, whichever is easiest for you, and go look at my inventory. Come on down with a car in mind, and you're going to be driving home that day with a car in mind. Yeah, baby, let's go. Yo, Philly, I'm back. And wait, folks, that's not all. No payments till 2024. Listen, Philly, before the close of business on Saturday, I'm going to pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Rates as low as 2.99%. And remember, Philly, it all ends Saturday. Philly, you know me. All I do is buy cars, I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
As Steve has just announced, buy a car between now and the close of business Saturday, and guess what? You will not make a payment until 2024. Not to mention, he's getting you out of that trade if you're upside down, out of equity, whatever name you want to put on it. He can't sell you a car till he pays it off, so you're out of it. And don't forget, rates as low as 2.99%. So Steve, I want to ask you something. We used to use the terms trade amnesty and credit amnesty a lot. Now, I've noticed we have not used those today. Why are we not using those? You're still doing the same things. You're still helping folks with bad credit, troubled credit, getting them out of their trade no matter what they owe. But why are we not using those terms today?
Well, here's the thing. We started those terms back in the day. And hey, listen, I was on board. I'm guilty as much as everybody, okay? Trade amnesty, I thought it was easy to explain. And then listen, we're getting you out of your card no matter how much you owe. What we didn't tell you is all the stuff that went along with it. Now that I'm telling you this, everybody's telling you trade amnesty. There's guys around town telling everybody, I'm giving you $6,000 for a car worth $2. Well, I hope to God you're not going to these stores thinking that the guy's going to give you his car for cheap, and you're going to get $6,000 for yours when yours is a junk. Because if the guy can't see that your car's a junk and he gives you $6,000, what the hell's he paying for the car that he thinks is running good? So you're going to overpay for that car, and you're going to think you're getting $6,000, but the end result is you're not getting any of the two. Be careful. Okay, I'm telling you this. You're saying, well, here's a guy with purple pants on the camera right now telling me the same thing. But here's the difference. I've been in this city a long time. My reviews will tell you the whole story. All right, my reviews say it all. People trust me. They know I've been around a long time. And at this stage of my life, I should be retired. I shouldn't be working, but I enjoy what I do. And I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy helping you folks out. I hope to God to get you into a car at a realistic price so you walk around and say, listen, I bought my car from Steve. You got to go see him. That's all I'm trying to accomplish. I don't care about the rest of it. A lot of the young guys coming out here today, trade amnesty, $6,000 for your trade. I'll do this, I'll do that. And you go down there and none of it happens. Oh, no money down. Yeah, zero down out of your pocket. You go down there, next thing you know, you gave him $3,500. Well, what happened to the zero down? Well, you didn't qualify. Why didn't you say that on the tube? I'm going to tell you now, for me to sit here and say you're going to put zero down, I'd be lying. What bank does zero down? Unless now, if you're at 750 or 800, the banks are begging for that business. You can come in here and probably finance the whole car with taxes included. But most people, 60, 70% of the country, not only filled up, the country is below a 6. So if you're in the 5s, you're average. And if you're in the 5s, when was the last time you walked in a dealership and said, no, put your money back in your pocket, honey. I don't need no money. Tell me when you heard that. Just ask yourself. And you'll come up with the answer the same way I'm telling you right now. Never. So why believe it? Why get off your couch, get into your car, get your family loaded up, and go spend 2 hours at a dealer to have them tell you need $5,000 down?
But you're doing what you say. That's the bottom line.
I'm not promising you don't have a job, you're going to get financed. Well, what bank is going to lend you $20,000 with no job?
Have you ever met one of those banks before,
No.
Steve?
Well, let me just put it to you this way.
Sir.
Well, watch. Get up and go to your next door neighbor, and he says, hey, my next door neighbor said they wanted to borrow 10 grand, honey. What do you think? What's the first thing you're going to say? Is he working? No. Well, how's he going to pay us back?
Yeah.
He'll figure it out. They don't care about that. You got to be working. So I'm not telling
Or verifiable income,
verifiable
retirement, pensions.
Yeah, if you got retirement, you got pensions. As long as you got money coming in that they can verify, no matter where it comes from, as long as they can verify it. I have banks that'll even say they'll take your Cash App account or your Venmo account, and they'll say they see money coming in there, or they'll take your bank statement and they see money coming in your bank statement. They see that you're getting a consistent $3,000, $4,000 a month coming in. They don't care where it comes in from. They just know that you're getting that for a length of time. You can make a payment with that. They're cool with that. I got banks that'll do that.
What about the Uber and Lyft driver type income?
Lyft drivers, I got banks that'll take Uber. Now, it's limited to what it used to be because, that's slowed up a little bit throughout the industry because you got too many people Ubering now. Everybody's got an Uber deal. But we do have it. I have the same banks, the same thing anybody else has. It's really, folks, who you're dealing with and what relationship they have with the bank.
So is it fair to say that the biggest obstacle to you not getting a car is not having verifiable income? If you have verifiable income, there's a good shot something could happen.
Or
if
you make $900 a month, verifiable, and your payment's $758. Bank says you got $122 left over, $42 left. $142 left over for the month. How are you going to make your car payment, your car insurance, your house payment, clothes, food, and everything else?
Right, you got to be realistic.
You got to be realistic, okay? And you got to make enough to cover the payment. And if I can sell that to the bank, which is what my job is, by the way, circumstances that you have no control of, I take your circumstances and selling it to a banker that feels comfortable to know that I've met this customer, I'm talking to this customer is going to make their payments. Yes, they may make a little under the requirement. Yes, they may not, they haven't been on the job too long. Okay, my job is to sell it all. I'll be selling the previous job. Well, look at the previous job, 4 years. They left that job because there's more money. Now they're only on the job for 30 days. Don't hold it against them. They're trying to get ahead. Isn't that what America's about? Trying to get ahead. Every day we're trying to make more money, make more money, make more money. Because they keep raising the bar.
Oh, yeah.
We go to the store now, I can't get groceries for less than $300, and there's just me in most cases. So what are you talking about? I can only imagine a family. I got a daughter with 4 children. Her food bill a week is $400.
Easy. She's
got to make $1,600 a month after tax. So it means she's really got to make $2,200 gross to just pay for food. Forget her rent, lights, heat, phones, 4 kids, school. How do you do it? It's tough. But you need a car.
And you've got the answer.
And I've got the answer for you. Yeah, baby, let's go. Yo, Philly, I'm back. And wait, folks, that's not all. No payments till 2024. Listen, Philly, before the close of business on Saturday, I'm going to pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Rates as low as 2.99%. And remember, Philly, it all ends Saturday. Philly, you know me. All I do is buy cars, I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
Right now through the close of business Saturday, listen up, you're going to come here to the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike right here in the heart of Bensalem. And what's going to happen is, number one, you're going to get out of your trade regardless of what you owe. Why? Steve has to pay it off so you can buy your next car. That's number one. Rates as low as 2.99%. But the number one thing that is going on right now, just in time, just when you need it the most, is Steve is going to let you not make a payment until 2024. That's right, no payment until next year. Steve, that is big, and that makes you want to say what you're best known for. What do you say to that, Steve? No payments till 2024?
2.9. No payments till 24. I'm paying off your car. I'm reducing your payment. You know why? Because I am the Just Do the Deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going on right here at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike right here in the heart of Bensalem. Now, let's take a moment and let folks know how easy we are to find. Number one, Steve, we are located right here. If you looked at a map of the entire Delaware Valley, which is, of course, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, and you look at Bensalem, PA, you're going to literally find us right smack in the middle, which means we are very accessible from Delaware, from New Jersey, from the Lehigh Valley. You could name all the different cities, but you are just a matter of money saving minutes away. We are just actually by what they used to call the Franklin Mills Mall, the Philadelphia Mall. We're right by that Woodhaven Road exit.
How far are we from the Cherry Hill Metro Market, Cherry Hill, New Jersey?
20 minutes.
Okay, good. What's over on this side? When you come up this way, what's down? If I take this road straight down, what do you got?
We've got the Turnpike minutes away, different.
You got 95 that empties right over here.
I can see it right here.
Okay. I've got Northeast Philly, Roosevelt Boulevard that empties right over here. Wilmington, Delaware. Just the other day, I had to go to Wilmington. 47 minutes.
That's nothing.
Wilmington, Delaware. 95 smack dab right to here. I'm minutes from everywhere. Like you said,
your friends in the Great Northeast are real close to them too.
The Northeast Philly, which I was in for years up in my Chevy store, okay? West Philly, come on down. Center City, 15, 20 minutes up the road. West Philly, cross over, get on the city line, cross over one of them going over to Schuylkill, get on Roosevelt Boulevard, travel Roosevelt about 20 minutes. I'm right up the road from Roosevelt Boulevard. Roosevelt Boulevard turns into Bristol Pike right to here.
And Steve, what do they want to see between now and the close of business Saturday?
Just do the deal.
And don't forget, no payment, no payment, no payment till 2024.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Yo, Philly, I'm back. And wait, folks, that's not all. No payments till 2024. Listen, Philly, before the close of business on Saturday, I'm going to pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Rates as low as 2.99%. And remember, Philly, it all ends Saturday. Philly, you know me. All I do is buy cars, I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
All right, Steve, so one of the things you said to me off camera, Greg, one of the reasons I want to come out of retirement is because I want to make car buying fun. Now, I got to tell you, one of the things that I love to do when I come here to the auto outlet is just talk to Steve and the staff. Why? They have fun. Sometimes Steve will come up to me and say, yo, Greggy, he has fun. Now, Steve, why here at the auto outlet is having fun and making it a relaxed atmosphere, and of course the other programs that you have like no payments till 2024, why is that such a big thing to you, having fun when buying a car?
Because listen, been selling cars 40, 50 years. And the toughest thing for somebody to do is get out of their car and say, oh, we got to do this. We got to come into the dealership. You've got to expose half of your what you do in your life. It's tough on people. To me, making anything fun. When I pay to go to a concert, I don't go pay to go to a concert to be depressed. I come into a car dealership, I'm spending a lot of money. This is the second largest purchase you're going to have. Number one could be a house. Number two could be a car. In some people's lives, they don't own a house. They're going to only do a car. So we got to make it fun. We got to keep it lighthearted. There's going to be some times during that, depending on your credit score. And again, listen to me. 60% of the people in this country, maybe 65, have less than a 600. Anytime you have less than a 600 credit score, you've got to be able to step quietly. And in that part of doing that, you got to make it fun for the customer. Nobody wants pain. You go to a doctor's office and say, oh, that ain't going to hurt. All of a sudden you go, you told me it wasn't going to hurt, it hurt. They try to keep it lighthearted. They try to joke today. Doing the same thing, the same doctor's office. But we're trying to make it lighthearted. I want to have some fun doing this, all right? Too many things in life is too serious all the time. And I think after post-COVID, the whole world's changed. Now we're coming into this economy. Now we're inflation set in. Now everything's more expensive. It is very hard for anybody out there in the real world, including me. Hey, listen, I got companies, I got businesses, I got employees, I got to pay every day. I've got a lot of stuff coming up too, but I've got to keep it fun. I've got to keep a good state of mind. You've got to keep a good state of mind. And there's nothing more rewarding that I've seen over the years is that when somebody gets that car and they sign all the papers and they walk out of that office and they walk out to the car and they look at it and said, it's mine. It's finally mine. And they smile. And that smile from here to here makes this all worth it for me.
I have seen, Steve, it's great. I have seen when I've come to the dealership, I've seen folks getting that car and they look at you and they say, it's because of you, Steve, or because of the circumstances you were able to get me done. And Steve, I just did the deal. I hear that. Yeah. They love it. They love hearing that.
Sure they do. Because, it was your hard work. You worked for it. Because like I said, the bank's not going to finance a car that you're not working for. So you're working. I'm working to get the deal done for you. The bank's working to try to put it together because, again, I go back to the old thing. The bank makes money when they lend money out. They don't make money by keeping it in their safe. They get 0% for that money.
They want to lend it.
They want to lend it. And all they're asking for is give me a reason to lend Mr. and Mrs. Jones $20,000 so they can get a car, or 30 or 25 or 50, whatever that number is. They want to lend it. Steve, give me a reason. The problem is we as car salesmen and car dealers and car managers, a part of the car business, we get the app from you, put it to the bank, and we sit there and transpose whatever they say to you. Our job is to talk to the bank and say, why are you asking me to go ask Mr. and Mrs. Jones? They already told you they have no money down. Why are you asking for $8,000 or $5,000? Why? Because nobody has sold the deal. My job is to sell the deal to you and say to you, guess what? These folks can make the payment. Don't hit me at $5,000. How about $1,000? How about if I can talk to Mr. and Mrs. Jones and they give you $1,000? How would that be? And we try to sell the deal. That's the difference that we have here with me than you have at most dealers in town. When do you ever even get to see the owner? Never mind hear him. I'm here 90% of the time. And if I'm not, I'm accessible by phone. That if you don't like the way the deal's going, you ask the manager to call me directly now. Yeah, baby, let's go. Yo, Philly, I'm back. And wait, folks, that's not all. No payments till 2024. Listen, Philly, before the close of business on Saturday, I'm going to pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Rates as low as 2.99%. And remember, Philly, it all ends Saturday. Philly, you know me. All I do is buy cars, I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
All right, Steve, so let's face it. There's a lot of programs that you could have chose to do here now through the close of business Saturday. Why is no payment till 2024 the one you chose? There could have been a lot of things you could have chose. Why this one?
Okay, I could have very easily said, I'm taking $2,000 or $3,000 off the car, and we'll do it that way. Or I'll give you a $2,000 credit card that you can use to put down. Whatever. I elected to do this because I thought it was a better move for you, the customer. Because think about it, if you're sitting there and say, I was making a $550, $600 payment on a car I just turned in, plus I was paying $200 a month to keep it running. I've now got breathing room. Somebody gave me some oxygen.
Payment relief.
Payment relief to say, I'm not going to have make any payments till next year. That'll get me through. Think about if you just didn't have a car payment, how easier your household would run. Because that's probably the most expensive thing in your household besides your rent or your mortgage.
It certainly is.
Okay, so if we can relieve that for a while, it gives you an opportunity to catch up and say, I can catch up on some bills. So if I was making a $650 payment, I can now take that $650 and divide it up among maybe some credit cards or whatever you got going on. I don't know everybody's life, but it gives you some relief. And you got a payment due next year.
That's a big relief.
And I've helped you get a little bit out of the hole to say, hey, thank you for over all the years that you've supported me in this city. You bought over 20,000 cars from me locally here for a matter of 7 or 8 years that I picked out of that range. I've, of course, been doing it for 40. And I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And the only way I can thank you is putting my money where my mouth is and giving you a payment relief until next year.
Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Payment relief is in full gear now through the close of business Saturday. Now think about this. This past summer, I know in a lot of households, we overdid it. Yep. Back to school, what happens? You overdo it, right, Steve?
Yep, you overdo it.
Thanksgiving, you've got family in from out of town. What do? You overdo it.
You overdo it.
And the holiday season, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you're celebrating, Steve, what happens at those holidays?
You overdo it.
So, Steve has found a way where if you have overdone it, he's going to get you out of trouble with payment relief. That's right, payment relief between now and the close of business Saturday. Here's what it means in a nutshell. Come on down to the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. And Steve is going to do what? Make your payments until 2024. You will not have a payment until 2024. That's number one. Number two, upside down your trade, out of equity, whatever the case may be. Before you could sell them a car, Steve, you got to get rid of that problem. And you do. You pay it off and get them out.
Bank's not going to let you have two loans. We already know that in most cases. Now, again, if you're in the high score, bank may allow you to have 3 loans. But again, I'm playing the odds here of 60 to 70% of most people in America, especially in Philly, have less than a 600 score. You are of the average, not when you walk into a store, they make you feel like, oh man, you got no credit. Well, if you talk to 10 people that day, let's put it this way, 3 of them have a 750, 7 of them have less than 6. You've got to learn how to put a 500 to 550 to 600 credit score together. And the only way to do it is through reasoning. Banks won't lend money if it's not reasonable. You know that. You people understand that. They're not going to walk in and allow you to mark up a car $6,000 to give them $6,000 for their trade because you're trying to get them in. The bank's not going to do something stupid like that. They're just not going to do that. The banks are very reasonable. That's why the banks have money, because they're reasonable. Take all that out of there. What my job is take that 600 or less, 500, 550, 580, whatever your score is, anything below a 6, and reasonably get a bank to take the loan and give you some money.
When they come here to the Auto Outlet of PA, what kind of experience should they expect, Steve?
You're going to drive in. You're going to get you're not going to get mobbed. You're going to get greeted when you get out of your car, chances are. And if it's not, I'll be here to notice it, and I'll guarantee you that if they're not, I'll be out here because I stand on this lot all day.
You'll be shaking hands.
I'll be shaking hands and kissing babies, okay? Come on in. Your name is Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, I'm Steve Silverio. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I've seen you on TV. You're to Just Do the Deal. That's right. I hope to God you can just do the deal today. I've been to 5 dealers. Mrs. Jones, I can tell you this. I'm going to do the deal. You've just challenged me to where I'm going to stay here with you right now and walk you right through this process and make sure that we answer all the questions correctly and that we talk to a bank and we get a bank to be reasonable with you.
And when they say to you, Steve, can I not only get a car but not have to worry about a payment till 2024, what are you going to say to that?
Absolutely, Mrs. Jones. No payments till next year. Yeah, baby, let's go. Yo, Philly, I'm back. And wait, folks, that's not all. No payments till 2024. Listen, Philly, before the close of business on Saturday, I'm going to pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Rates as low as 2.99%. And remember, Philly, it all ends Saturday. Philly, you know me. All I do is buy cars, I sell cars, and I just do the deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, remember, our event is going on right now, and here's the event. Steve is back. He's out of retirement, and between now and the close of business Saturday, we want you to come on down to the Auto Outlet of PA. Why? Here's why. Number one, you're going to get, and most importantly, out of your trade. That's big. That's where it starts because everybody's got a trade. Everybody wants to get out of their trade. That's big. Steve, you're getting them out of their trade. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, you're going to hook them up with a great deal. Rates as low as 2.99%. But the best part of all is the payment relief. Payment relief. Payment relief. And what is that payment relief, Steve?
That payment relief is no payments till next year because Steve just do the deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's all right here at the Auto Outlet of PA. Come on by between now and the close of business Saturday. Remember, no payment, no payment, no payment until 2024. That's right. You will not make a payment until 2024. So come on in, tell a friend. Bring mom, dad, the kids, whatever the case may be, and come on down to the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. Remember, no payment, no payment, no payment till 2024. And Steve, what do you say to that deal?
Thank you, Philadelphia, for doing everything you've done for me. May God bless you, and remember, just do the deal.